No, I'm not comfortable with that question. Next.
What sparked
Of course I can share about myself. Okay, so I'm from Alabama, a little town called Oxford, Alabama. Do I look at you or do I look at her? What do I, so
Whichever one
confused.
you
Okay,
prefer.
so I am from Alabama, a little town called Oxford. 46 years old. I know, I don't look it. 3 kids, wife, singing gospel music, raised in church. This is all I've ever known. It's honestly all I can do. It's the only reason I do it.
what sparked your interest in singing Southern gospel music?
The ladies. I love those 70-year-olds. I don't know, my dad took me to see my first quartet when I was 13. The Masters 5, some people will know that name, but I just fell in love with it. I'd never heard anything like that. I'd never heard those kind of harmonies. I'd never seen that kind of excitement. I mean, when you can have people laughing, crying, rejoicing, and all those things in one little span of time, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. So I just fell in love with it. Started listening to as many groups as I could. Never turned back. It's always been my favorite.
Who are some of your musical influences?
Liberace is really good. I did enjoy him. Let's see, George Jones would be top. George Jones was my favorite. J.D. Sumner, first bass singer I ever saw, he was fantastic. But then I have influences outside of that. I mean, I love classical music. I listen to opera and all that about as much as I listen to anything else. I love country music. Randy Travis was one of my favorites. Sinatra, Tony Bennett. I mean, really, anybody that sang with quality, what they did was quality. I listened to it and I loved it. But yeah, George would have to be my favorite. Hey, can y'all pipe down, guys? All right.
What advice would you give an aspiring baritone singer?
That's a great question. I would say to just sing bass and let the chips fall where they may. That's what I did. An aspiring singer, that's funny, I did like that. Just enjoy the ride. Don't get caught up in who's doing what and am I on this bus or that bus or am I doing this many dates or is this many people seeing me. And just love what you do and don't worry about everything else. Just enjoy the ride. It's too quick to get caught up in everything else. That's my best advice. That's what I do. I just enjoy the ride. And I'm famous to boot, so it's all worked out.
What are 3 things you can't live without?
Air, water, and this interview. I would literally die if we weren't doing this. Next.
If your if your life had a theme song, what would it be?
So many options. I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. How Christian was that answer? That would be my. I wouldn't take nothing from my journey. See, wasn't that a great answer? Randy Bird never had an answer that good. I fell asleep halfway through his interview.
What is your most embarrassing moment on stage?
Oh, on stage. So I was with Mark Trammell, and we would always start off with General Shepherd. Piano would play real lightly, and we'd come out and we'd start with it. So right before we hit our first note, my tooth fell out, and I had to hold it in my mouth for 3 songs, and then I had to spit the tooth out in order to bow for the introduction because it was going to fall out anyway. So that was pretty embarrassing because I was like 38 and my teeth are falling out already. I mean, half the people in the audience, their teeth are falling out, but it's to be expected. It threw me off guard, but that was pretty embarrassing. I've forgotten words before, and I don't really get all caught up in all that. But yeah, your tooth falling out in your 30s, that's not a good sign.
What is your favorite song to sing and why?
He stopped loving her today. No, we do it for the invitation.
And
No. Right now, How Big Is God? We've got a great medley that John Rousey put together, kind of spanning the generations. How Big is God, How Great Thou Art, and How Great is Our God is all in that medley. And I love to see the reaction of the people when it switches from one generation song to another, to see how they react to it. So I'm having a lot of fun singing that medley. But we do some great songs. I like all the songs that John writes. He's a great writer. So I'm having the time of my life singing those.
And what is your favorite memory from being on the road?
Favorite memory? One time we were singing General Shepherd, and my tooth fell out. I feel like I've told you this. I'm kidding. Greatest memory on the road would be the very first Cathedral family reunion. Wow. I mean, to stand on stage and sing those great songs with the guys who sang them, they were all heroes of mine. So to be a part of that was pretty spectacular. Second half quartet would be equal to that. First time we stepped on stage, sang wedding music, that was a dream come true. So really getting to sing with heroes. Tonight I'll get to sing with Gerald Williams and the Melody Boys. I've sung with Ed O'Neill. All these guys that I loved growing up, to stand on stage and sing next to them, it doesn't get any better than that.
Thank you for doing this.
Oh, are you kidding? It was a pleasure.